Guys, welcome back to Fearlessly Her. I am super excited because this is our second episode. I was super engaged talking to Shy, so I wanted to make sure we continue it with her movement members. And we have another amazing, amazing ambassador ready to talk to us about her movement, what she does, who she is, and of course, some wisdom for our teens that may be watching. So without further ado, please introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and what you do.
Hi, everybody. I am Manfrecia McGee. I am a serial entrepreneur. I am a businesswoman. I am a community health advocate. I am the ambassador for Her Movement Chicago area. And it's my responsibility to be a part of the outreach team, just connecting the dots between the potential Her Movement members and the current members already, kind of introduce them to the program and get them excited about all the things that we have to offer.
I love that. And obviously, that is so much. So, we're definitely going to dive into that. But I want to start with you. So, you're a serial entrepreneur. Tell us first what that is and then what that entails for you.
Well, being a serial entrepreneur, that means I kind of do a variety of things, right? So that I do digital marketing, I do holistic health. What else? Like I sell sea moss and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
I do yoni steams, with hence my little backdrop right here.
Mhm.
So, and I also like mentor people on starting their business and helping
Okay.
them grow within their business. So, being a serial entrepreneur is like a multitude of things in one.
Okay, I love that. So tell me what got you invested in that because there's so many different things. What made you say, okay, I'm gonna start this? And what did that process look like for you as you were deciding?
Well, it was back in 2019. I was just on Instagram scrolling. I was just working a regular 9 to 5. Actually, I was tired of it. And I was on Instagram scrolling and I seen this business that was selling these yoni pearls, right? So I
Mhm.
got interested in it. And me just now having a baby 2 years prior, 2017, I was like, oh, let me try this and see, what's going on. I
Yeah.
liked it. I share my results with people online on Facebook, and a lot of people are like, I want to try, I want to try. So I became an ambassador, and from there is where my Yoni's theme journey began.
Okay.
So that is really what kind of like sparked the business passion
Mhm.
with me, and learning and growing throughout the business. It has taught me a lot, and 5 years later, I am here seeing other people go through that. So I want to provide them with step by step play on how they can avoid mistakes in business or
Mhm.
certain that they need to make sure that they have when starting out in business.
I love that. Okay, dope. Yes, so true. So tell me, a lot of the times when we jump into this entrepreneur world, we have like no one, right? Which is exactly what you wanted to do. You wanted to help somebody. So obviously,
Mhm.
you didn't just learn it on your own. Did you have somebody that mentored you? Did you have like a specific path that you were kind of doing research with? Like, give us more on that because I know we all trying to figure this out.
Yes. So as I was on Instagram, I also came across another business that she was doing the yoni steams, but then she also was teaching, how
Mhm.
to start your own yoni business.
Mhm.
So after the brand ambassador thing didn't work out so well because the owner thought like I was in competition and like I would try to steal her business and stuff like that because I was asking questions like I order my own products because you're out of stock and my customers like are they're asking for these and you're out of stock of the products. I'm like, it's a website that just popped up with these products. Are they the same? I was
Yeah.
asking questions. So she was like, no. And she just kind of basically put me out the program. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start my own yoni business because
Yeah.
messed up. Like, girl, was nobody trying to take over your business. I was trying to learn, you
Yeah.
know. So that really pushed me to like, if she could do it, I could do it. I'm
Mhm.
like, and I'm gonna run it better. I'm gonna do
Right.
it better. I'm gonna treat people better. If somebody come and ask me, start a business or whatever, I want to be able to provide them with good information and not
Mhm.
feel like I'm holding anything back or gatekeeping or something like that or whatever.
Mhm.
So once I took the Yoni Steam class, I was like, oh, I'm ready. I know I need to get my LLC, need to get my business number, need to make a website. I need to
Mhm.
find the chairs. I need the supplies. So like she kind of gave me the blueprint of everything that I need, and then I
Yeah.
just added on my own little feminine touch to it or whatever like that. So I got a local friend to build my first chairs. I had four.
Mhm.
I was so excited. I'm like, oh yeah, it's coming to life, it's coming to life. And after there, it just flourished. Like
Yeah.
I was very, very, very excited about stepping into that business platform and
Mhm.
expanding the knowledge about women's health, teen health, and things like that. I connected with over 1,000 women, over 2,000 women actually,
Mhm.
teaching them about feminine health and certain things that goes on within the body that we don't
Mhm.
always pay attention to, that we need to pay attention to, and so what
Mhm.
what are some things that we can do to kind of help aid in the health and wellness of that womb area. It
Mhm.
helped me dive deeper into like womb energy, the
Mhm.
creation of life,
Yeah.
the vagina is a portal, what I'm saying, all these things, the baby living
Yeah.
water. That was just so
Yeah.
fascinating. And then I started learning the holistic side of it, which is about the herbs, what the benefits are, how they help, how they fight fibroids, shrink cysts,
Yeah.
help regulate the menstrual cycle. You don't cramp for 5 days, you don't bleed for 6, 7, 8 days. It's a nice, easy 1, 2, 3 day flow. I was
Yeah.
align that womb energy, and that was so important to connect with those women and talk about things about our bodies, because not all teenagers get an in-depth description
Mhm.
of their body. When you first
Yeah.
cycle, then you probably get a smell, then you start having sex, and then your pH is thrown off. You don't even know none of these things,
Yeah.
you know. And then
Mhm.
sometimes heavier set teenagers get bullied for a smell or whatever the case
Mhm.
may be. Teenagers don't know how to properly dispose of their sanitary items, what sanitary items to get. Some have chemicals,
Mhm.
the sizes of the things to go inside your underwear, all of that good stuff. So
Yeah.
I was helping women, just become more aware of their body and their energy and
Mhm.
like that, because we hold power in our womb.
Right.
We have the power to create life. And I think that is just so, 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 so amazing how the woman body can carry life into the world. Like,
Mhm.
it's so awesome. So that's how the whole journey unfolded for me.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in 2023, I did
Mhm.
experience a fire at my physical location. So
Mm.
shut down from doing the practice and things like that. I still have my website up, for
Mhm.
products and stuff like that I do sell, but I am not currently still doing the Yoni's things. And I tried to like jump back into the business, but
Yeah.
I think it was kind of too soon from the fire happening. I was
Mm.
trying to get back out there, get my customers, don't lose my customers. Then I felt like it was other businesses like me opening, doing the same thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, "Ah, I got the blueprint. I started this now. People do, I was like,
Yeah.
like, don't worry about them. Focus on yourself. And me trying
Yeah.
to just rush back into it, I took a $2,000 loss trying to order some more
Mhm.
chairs. The
Yeah.
lady ganked me, things like that. Not the space I wanted to go to, it was
Mhm.
like it went from me having a whole space to me only having 2 rooms. I'm
Mhm.
like, oh my God, it's not working. So I just was like, you know what? If life ever presented the opportunity to start a yoni business again, I'm gonna start the yoni business. I'm gonna have waxing, massages, I'm going eyelashes. It's gonna be a full spot. Like you come,
Yeah.
you're gonna spend about 3, 4 hours there getting a couple services done.
Yeah.
So that's the plan moving forward with reopening the business. Right now, I'm just not trying to rush back into it because I'm
Right.
pivoting into other lanes and other avenues. Like I mentioned before, digital marketing.
Right.
I've been had an ebook. I didn't know
Mhm.
ebook was like one of the digital marketing things that people use now and making tens and thousands of dollars in 30 days. I'm like, I would have been pushing my ebook. I just thought it was just an ebook. It was a place where I put my step-by-step instructions on starting a young business inside. So I could remember, I could refer back to it, and I could be like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. And now I have the steps to get it back, whenever the time is right. But honey,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a lot. But with digital marketing, I like this
Yeah.
space because you don't have to create the products. You don't have to start from scratch. You can literally
Mhm.
take a PLO or MRR product, promote the benefits of it, and tell people how this is going to benefit them, help them start businesses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, being in the digital marketing space is very challenging, but I like it so far, so good. And then also being a role model in the youth mentorship programs. My
Mhm.
job that I work for, Community Development Sustainable Solutions,
Mhm.
We have parents that volunteer their time inside of our school districts, you know, helping the teacher with the children inside the school. I started as a parent mentor at my son's school, and I got promoted to a coordinator,
Mhm.
which means I have 6 parent mentors now that I monitor and make sure they are creating those connections with those teachers. It's more
Mhm.
about getting parents more involved in the school system and knowing what is going on with your child's school. You know, developing
Mhm.
relationships with the principals, the assistant principals, all of the staff working inside of that school to give your child educational day. You know,
Mhm.
it's my job to kind of educate parents and the community on the benefits of being involved in the schools, you know, how we all can come together to make this a success. You could be on the same page with your child's teacher, knowing exactly what they're learning so that you're
Mhm.
able to implement it at home. So homework won't seem so hard. So
Right.
homework won't be just random out the blue for you and you like, I don't know how to help you with your homework. By creating those connections with the parent and the teacher, they have that bond to share the knowledge and information how to help the students with their homework, or you know, whatever the case may be. Parents
Mhm.
volunteering inside the school during certain programs, help decorate, and things like that. So that's real good, and I'm excited about that. And also
Mhm.
being a part of her movement, introducing the teenagers 13 to 24 and the young adults into a program to where they can feel safe and they can voice their opinions, and they have
Mhm.
one that they can talk to outside of the people in their community that they may not feel so comfortable talking to.
Mhm.
I'm excited about all these adventures. Hopefully, the Yoni Lunch Lounge is able to make its comeback. But in the meantime, I am focused on being a businesswoman and a community activist leader with all of these programs that I am involved in. It's my goal, it's my duty to kind of bring the community together and just have us depending on each other, spreading that Black wealth into our community so that our children can grow up in a nice environment and won't have to go through like the poverty things that some of us been through. Well,
Yeah.
I know that was a lot. That was a mouthful.
No, I love it. And it's definitely a good overview because that really helps us jump into the more personal questions.
hmm
So before I do that though, let's stop and so you guys can check out our Her Movement commercial, learn more about us and how you can connect.
Hey everyone, I'm Legacy Elmore, and I'm excited to introduce you to something transformative, Her Movement. Her Movement stands for Healing Every Repression, an initiative dedicated to empowering teens to overcome challenges, embrace their strengths, and step into their full potential. Our mission here at Her Movement is to create a safe and supportive space where teens can not only heal, but grow and thrive, no matter the obstacles they face. We offer one on one mentoring, weekly group meetings, and personalized support designed to help teens build confidence, navigate struggles, and develop essential life skills. Through workshops, creative outlets, and dreams, whether it's improving emotional well being, tackling tough decisions, or building a foundation for future success, we meet teens where they are and guide them forward. Her movement isn't just for teens as well. It's for parents, educators, and community members who want to be a part of a solution that uplifts and empowers the next generation. Together, we can create a ripple effect of positive change, helping teens break free from limitations and find their voice. Join us in supporting her movement and help us continue healing every oppression one step at a time. Whether you're a teen looking for support or just someone who wants to make a difference, there is a place for you in her movement. Let's build a brighter future together, one step at a time.
Welcome back. So, all of that information, I hope you guys check out our website and make sure you join our team. We would love to have you. Even if you're not a team member, just be a volunteer, attend some of our events. We really would love to partner with you, see how you can be useful to our team. That's not what I was going with, but how we can be useful to you. Anyway, so
Vice
with
versa.
every with everything you do, I'm curious on more of the things that you engage in, like your personal life, right? Don't want to get too personal, but I want to ask certain questions. So, as as a woman, right,
hmm
stepping into this world in the business world, it's made for men. This is not going to be that type of question, but I am curious. How did you navigate jumping into this world and making sure that you were successful, and maybe not having all the resources or having access to all the knowledge? Obviously, having those people, that already have the businesses set up, doing the research and really just stepping out on your own makes sense. It's self explanatory. But we also know that there are a lot of challenges that comes with being a woman and a Black woman and trying to figure that out on your own. So can you give us a little insight on those challenges you may have faced?
I faced a lot of challenges just trying to overcome like a previous viewpoint that people had of me. You know, a lot of people wasn't new, it wasn't really like welcoming to the idea of me like reinventing myself, you know. So it was a challenge stepping from what people knew me as to this new version of myself. So I had to establish boundaries. I had to stand in my truth. I had to speak my voice. I had to have a voice and have a strong voice, and I had to have facts to back me up. I had to do a lot of proving myself on why the products work, why holistic health is good. You know, I had to kind of use the standard American diet as a reference to say, hey, these ingredients that you may be consuming on a regular day isn't good for you. Try this instead. You know, so it was a challenge to pivot my voice from being so judgmental to being more so helping. Because when I first came out the gate, I was like, you stink, y'all stink, get that smell out of her. You know, I was trying to get the attention. So I'm over here like, girl, get rid of that smell, girl. So I'm like, let me soften it up a little bit. Let me get back and start being fair and say, hey, do you want to have a good time with your man and have him loving you and putting a ring on it?
Yes, I love it though.
So it was definitely, I seen the growth of me coming from being so like vocal about vaginas and things like that. And that's a hard subject to talk about because men see it as like sex symbol, and it gives them clues in their head or how wet she get or that thing hit or whatever. And people talk. Somebody might be like, oh, I hit that already. You know, just stuff like that that really puts you in a box. And you're like, no, guys, see the bigger picture. It's not about just the vagina. It's like the health of it. You know, when they have babies, some teenagers don't know what discharge is. They're getting STDs. They're not using and boys, you're having sex with a lot of women. You're not protecting yourself. You know, so it's like a more so of a educational thing about how to respect your body, how to love your body, and how to recognize signs that your body is trying to tell you, and how to connect with yourself. You know, so,
I love that. Yes, no, and that's dope, and I think that's really interesting when we're talking about being a community advocate. So you have kids, right? You have how many kids?
I have a son. He's about to be 8 next month.
Oh, just okay. So I'm curious. I have a son too. He's about to be 2, and I'm nervous, girl. I ain't gonna lie to you. Because as a woman, you know, there's things that you want to teach your daughter, but there's also double standards I want to kind of sway away from my son. So how do you navigate that, being someone that really speaks out for women and trying to make sure that they understand their health? What do you plan on teaching your son as he gets older?
It's still a challenge that I think about to this day because my goal for him is to have like a positive, strong male role model influence in his life that matches the values of what I want. Okay. You get what I'm saying? So I don't want just him being around men who in the streets are not doing nothing and, not really giving him those positive things to look for, not teaching him anything. You get what I'm saying? So that part of me is still trying to find that balance for us, for me and him, so we can have a complete family and things like that. And the other part of me is more so like, well, as a mom, you can teach him the importance about girls and safe sex and things like that. Because baby, my son's in the 1st grade and he was saying he had a girlfriend, him and some little girl was texting. Girl, I read, it wasn't like inappropriate, but it was shocking because I'm like, y'all in the 1st grade, what? I'm like, and it was like, do you take the phone away? Do you tell them about the girl? Like, what do you do? So I had a talk with him, and then his father talked to him a little bit too. But I had like a deep talk with him about, you don't know what a girlfriend is. Like, it takes a lot to be a boyfriend. You have to do this. I tried to give him too much adult conversation, but just enough like child-proof information so that he can understand, like, girls are distractions. Okay. I need to focus on my schoolwork and, being respectful. I'm going to still be respectful to the girls, but I got my other focus right here, because I don't know at that age, like, liking girls, how it go. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if it's just play, they're just kids, they're just wondering, they're just going to figure it out. But me establishing that base borderline, like, hey, no girlfriend. You cannot call this little girl your girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm like, should I reach out to the little girl? Mama.
Right. What do you do?
Yeah. But it wasn't that deep for me to have to reach out to the little girl's mom. I'm pretty sure she see the same thing in her daughter's phone or whatever. It, like I said, it was not totally inappropriate. They just kids texting it, whatever they texting, it don't even make sense. They don't even know how to spell, honey. So but you get the gist of they say you want to play Roblox, let's get on Roblox, you know, stuff like that. They play Roblox together with that. I manage everything that my son. I go through his phone, I go through his iPad, I go through his Roblox.
You should.
I go through their YouTube. If I see anything out of the ordinary, I'm having a talk with him like, hey son, don't be commenting on these YouTube videos. They telling you to cash up this person, and if you love your mom, like it. If you love Jesus, leave a comment. Don't be doing all that. You don't have to just watch the little YouTube video and that's it. That's all. I might make sure I monitor screen time, all that. So you have a good balance of being outside and being like on his electronics.
Yeah.
So, but it's definitely a challenge, girl. And for the life of me, I really want to find him a good male role model to teach him those men things, you know. And as a single parent, it's like you don't want to introduce your child to people. You know, I've only dated one person outside of his father who he's been around, and then both of those were long-term relationship. His father was a long-term relationship, and then my previous relationship, it's been a long-term relationship. We had a messy fallout. That's another story. But it's like, okay, if I meet someone else, do he get to, you know, I'm stuck in a hard place, girl. But for now, since it's just me and my mom and my aunt, like my family is mostly women. He has boy cousins that he do play with or whatever. But since the adults are mostly women, the men, they working and doing their own thing. They're not like how I really. Yeah, we a whole different generation, and he's his own generation. It's not the same. When I was his age, I had those uncles and the dad, and you know things like that. My father lives in Texas, so he kind of checks in on them and talk. But you know, he lives in Texas. He's not here on a daily basis. Yeah, you know, so it's kind of hard. But all I can say for me as a mother and for you, us having boys, I would say you have it good up until he's 6, 7, 8. These ages, this 2-year-old easy, honey. Girl. Easy. When he start getting older, developing, he picks his own clothes out, girl. Like, wait till his own thought process of life starts to actually register, and he can know that he has options. And you just listen to those options and kind of see like what type of kid he's developing into. That way you can kind of step in and give him some direction, or you can kind of step in and cut it out totally. Say, hey, I didn't raise you like that. We're not doing it. So
yeah. I love that. Amazing advice. Amazing. Because now I got more questions. Yes. Okay, so again, trying to tie it back to the teens that we mentor just with her movement. Yes. We know that bullying is big. When we were in school, it was a different level, but I used to teach, and just hearing the type of bullying that they're experiencing now, completely different levels. So when you're trying to cultivate that sense of security in your son, or even when you're working with other kids, how do you start? Like, what is something that you really try to focus on to make sure that they have that sense of security in themselves? Well, for my son, I can say that I feel like he's pretty independent in that area because I asked him, does he get bullied? Like, is he a bully? You know, do he have friends? What do you talk about? Time, you know, things of that sort. So he says no, he doesn't get bullied. He's not a bully. Anything like that. I think maybe as he get older, we may come into some bullying, and at that time I deal with it. But for now, he's not a bully. He's not being bullied, so I don't really know, you know, what else I can give him in that area. Now, I also work with 6th graders. Okay. 6th graders. It's a math class that I'm a paraprofessional, and I work with 6th graders, and they be in there saying stuff to each other that is bullying. One of the little girls, for example, she like blurted out loud to the teacher, such and such, just called me a such and such or whatever. So he thought it was funny. She didn't think it was funny. So. And then I seen how the teacher handled it, and I was like, okay, that's good. She basically told them like, hey, don't say anything to someone else that you don't want them to say to you. This is a bullying class. Like, we don't tolerate that. Like, you have to be nice to others if you want others to be nice to you. And she gave an example, like, you just asked her for a pencil yesterday. Now you want to bully her, you know? So it's like, they won't do things for you if they see you as a bully. Right. You know, so my approach, to make this long story short, my approach to bullying is more so
would be talking to the bully, trying to figure out where is your sense of anger coming from? Like, what is it that you want to establish? Do you want to have power? Do you want people to look at you like what? Get to the bottom of the cause of the bullying. It could be that they don't have any fresh, clean clothes. They come to school with the same uniform, and other kids coming to school with new uniforms every day. So that's when I would step in and provide the child with whatever that they're missing, to show them like, hey, you don't have to bully others because you're less fortunate or you just want to be a dummy. Like, come on now, be for real. It's like, depending on the age, you can't really baby certain kids at certain ages because they know what they're doing.
Right.
So it's like, what you're doing. Why do you want to be a bully? Bullies grow up and they either result to gun violence and get killed, or they robbing people or go to jail. Like, don't nothing good come from a bully. It's nothing good for bullying. So I was just kind of explain where bullying leads and how they can fix it at that moment to not bully people, because like, I don't understand bullying at all.
No, I love that too. And I think that's really interesting. A lot of us have a hard time, especially those people with strong sense of self. They don't know what to do because it just doesn't compute to them. Like, what do you mean you're being bullied? How can you even allow what people say to you bother you? And it's just like, okay, well, wait a minute. It did.
Yeah.
Like, how do we help? And I think that's big with a lot of our kids. No matter what age, they either feel some sense of pride and not wanting to just admit, like, yo, I'm having a hard time with somebody's words, and God forbid it escalates. You never told us because you didn't feel comfortable. And I think that's big for us as parents, especially those parents that grow up to be strong-willed people. You can't shut your kids down. Like, you have to know how to maneuver and operate around them so they're able to take in that lesson, because we don't come out strong. I'm sorry. It takes a lot. Either we are watching someone around us or we are just understanding, like, you know what, that's not going to bother me, but it's a process. So I love that. I think that's great. Even now, like, God forbid your son is going to continue to be strong. He's going to continue to be strong. God forbid he experiences any of it. Because it's hard. It definitely is hard, girl.
But it is hard. And I think my advice to my son would be more so like, give the bully what they want. I watched I want to say a video on Facebook Reels, right? The girl was bullying the guy. The guy was the one hosting it, whatever, but he brought her up as a guest for him, her to bully him. So she kept saying all these bully words and things like that. And he started complimenting her. So complimenting her, her words of bullying was sounding less more like bullying, and she wanted to accept the compliment because he was like, your dress is pretty nice. And she was like, well, you got a fat head. And he was like, I like your nail polish. And she was like, thanks, but you're still ugly. So my advice to my son would be more so like, depending on the type of bullying, it's like, show him like you ain't scared. Don't initiate an altercation, but stand up for yourself. Show confidence in that you're not gonna let no one else bully you.
Right.
They're not trying to take your stuff. Whatever it is, don't show them like, hey, I'm not gonna let you bully me. And I think that would be the advice that I would give to my son if the time ever comes that he's ever bullied. I would just tell, be confident in yourself. Don't be scared. Being bullied is like a fearful emotion. And like, stand up for yourself. Don't be scared. Be confident, and don't let no one make you feel like you should be scared. I wouldn't want that.
Oh, great. See, y'all, that's the key for this one. This episode definitely is going to be in confidence. So I will make sure I put that in the description as well, because I love that. I love it. Okay, cool. So we have a few minutes left, and I want to talk a little bit about her movement. So tell me what you do as far as the outreach. What can we see from you in the next couple months?
Oh, girl, a lot, honey. Listen, I just created a new sponsorship proposal form so that it would help me in my approach to my community stakeholders to say, hey, introduce her movement. We are a youth mentorship program, and we help teens ages 13 to 24. And this is our mission. These are the events we have, and these are the benefits that you get for joining us and becoming a member and sponsoring us. So I'm very excited to put together my proposalship so that I can start attending events and spreading the word, and then like going to different community meetings that we have, because at first I didn't know about meetings that the city were hosting and that the
Yeah.
public was invited to. Now
Right.
I'm in a space to where I know these things and I'm meeting these community leaders and things like that. And they know me from working in different areas of the city. It's like,
Mhm.
hey, this is what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
Like I think you would be a really good fit to help us spread the word about her movement and to kind of, spread the word about the good work that you are doing.
Yeah.
It's a benefit for the both parties. So
Right.
I'm really excited to be, going outside this spring, this summer, at
Mhm.
events with my little table set up and signing youth up for mentorship. I'm really, really, really excited to grow the weekly meetings, on
Yeah.
Mondays, the youth mentorship meetings. I'm excited about adding more youth to that so
Mhm.
that they can get together, meet people from other areas of the world. And then
Mhm.
once we have like a big meeting for all of the youth, I think that would really be good for everybody to kind of meet and greet in person because they have
Yeah.
been virtual for so long. So I'm excited about, just growing the youth mentorship and then partnering with stakeholders so that we are getting the sponsorships that we need and the connections that we need, and we're making an impact in all of these communities around the world.
I love it. I love it. Tell me why you joined her movement. It has so many components, but what was your key thing?
Girl, as soon as I seen like an ad or whatever, I might have seen
Mhm.
Brenna's post. I don't know. I seen the post or something on Instagram, and I was like, "What? I like this." I was like, I feel like that I have a voice in my community, and that I can get a lot of people more involved. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's kind of a stepping stone for me to connect what I'm doing in my community to another organization that's doing the same thing, but worldwide.
Yeah.
So that's really what got me excited and got me going with her movement because I wanted to create those connections and I just want to meet more people, let more people know who I am, what I do, who I serve, and
Mhm.
just connect those connections. I want to bridge the gap between the teenagers and the people who need the help and then these organizations and companies who are offering the help. So I want to kind of give them the resources so that it can help someone and that hopefully I'll be able to change other people's lives and they can make a testimony about me when they get older and say, I remember her because of her. I did this, I did it. Oh, thank you. I'm happy I can help.
That's dope. That's dope. I appreciate it more than you know. I think this is absolutely amazing information to share with people.
Yes.
My final question. What makes you fearlessly her? What do you think is your spark?
Girl, listen, makes me fearlessly hurt is because I walk in my confidence. I speak confidently. Like I'm a walking resume. So what's on my resume is on paper is what you get in person. Like when I pull up to the scene, when I walk in the doors, you know who I am, you know what I do, you know what I came for, business.
Yes.
So I'm just happy to be in this feminine energy and just walk with a bunch of fears. That's what made me seriously heal it, baby, because I came over some things, from losing my shop to losing my relationship within 2 months apart. Like I've been going through a lot of emotional drama, but I'm happy to have overcame it. I'm
Yeah.
happy that the healing journey, is coming to a close. Now you can flourish again. The sun is shining again.
Yes.
Was dark, honey. It was dark. So to be fearlessly healing means that you are standing in your truth. You're not ashamed of anything that you went through because everything that you went through made you stronger, better, and more confident.
I love it. Yes. What a way to end it, y'all. Definitely make sure you check us out. Everything that Free has going on. I just cannot wait to share with you guys and make sure that we continue to touch in. She will be here all month. So we're going to post everything about her all month. Make
Yay.
sure you come back and check out the next Her Movement member. I'm super excited. But we will definitely be checking in spring, summer, as soon as we can get outside, y'all, because this weather
Yes.
getting crazy.
I can't
Okay.
wait.
But no, girl, thank you so much. And I will definitely check in with you and make sure we share everything you have going on.
Thank you, love. I appreciate the opportunity to just express myself and let everybody know who I am and what I do and who I serve. It's such an honor to be a part of her movement. Everybody within this company is just so amazing, so loving, so welcoming, so warm. This is really a safe space, and I'm just happy to be here. Thank you.
Yes, of course, girl. Of course. All right, guys, that's our episode. Thank you so much. Bye. I begin to